little witchlings, come gather close to me. The fire is lit, the kettle sings, the sun is set, now we see. The cards foretell your year ahead, on Samhain night, on Halloween. The veil is thinnest, and it is said, spirit gifts our vision into the unseen. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Granny B, and today I'm going to be doing a fun variation on the traditional Samhain Halloween tarot reading for you for the year ahead. Now, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone. Take what you can relate to and leave the rest. I've got 3 piles of cards for you here. Group 1 with the tiger's eye, Group 2 with the Moldavite, and now it's looking black against this blue card, so I don't think you can see it clearly at all. It's actually a nice deep mossy green. It's the best I can do. And Group 3 with this pretty amethyst. So you take a deep breath and you pick the pile that you're most drawn to, and then you go down to the timestamps down there and click on the timestamp that corresponds with the pile that you've picked. Alright? Okay then. Right, Group 1 that picked Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye is all about seeing the truth, also money-making ventures and new prospects that will succeed better than you anticipated if you persist and keep focused, if you hit obstacles. Okay, so first we have your energy oracle cards. This card is strategy. You need to have a plan or a journal, or to write, journaling. You may be an artist or a writer, but I think that's a hobby rather than your main way of earning an income. It's also telling you that you can't drift. If you don't set intentions, I'm not talking about goals here. If you don't set intentions, then you'll manifest by default. If you look, I can see a key and a compass here too. Writing for pleasure, stories, creativity, poetry, maybe even art or photography. That's a huge hint for a way for you to find a fulfilling outlet that won't resonate for all of you though. The main message for the Tiger's Eye pile from this card is to plan, strategize, journal, set clear intentions for the year ahead and even into the decade ahead. Try and get your ducks in a row, or your squirrels in the same forest at least. Patience. Isn't this a lovely image? Timing wise, this makes me think of winter solstice, so it could be that something significant is going to be happening to you at Yule or in the run up to Christmas. The main message is to be patient, of course. As a deeper message though, she's telling us not to think that there's only one way to do things. Be creative, be flexible, work out how you can have your cake and eat it. You never have to give up completely on any aspect of your goals and dreams. Any idea that a gatekeeper, that's what she looks like, will make you choose between 2 things like love or money, creativity or wealth, well, that's false. Both is a valid desire and is perfectly possible. In fact, the ability to have both is a blessing. Do you reckon you're going to have to suffer for your art? Starving in a garret and cutting an ear off? Well, that's what you're manifesting. Stop it. The guidebook, if I'm remembering rightly, says we should choose to be peaceful in the present moment. What you're looking for here is the ability to flow things into creation, let go of the outcome, have a plan, but be creative and flexible with it. Okay, let's get into your tarot cards. King of Wands. This is either you or the energy you're flowing or the best energy that you can flow. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Leo, I'm getting more Leo. Masculine. Natural born leader with a clear vision of the bigger picture. This is the entrepreneur's card. Honor. I mean, pure fire energy in its masculine form, more likely to form a team to bring their creative visions or manifestations to reality rather than do it all themselves. I can see an opportunity, but a creative one. You've got what you need to do it. You are the determining factor. Yeah, it's you. You're the one that works this out. This situation. If you want it to be successful, it will be. You can only reject this opportunity by going at it half-heartedly. You can manifest any outcome you want, so be clear on the intentions that you are setting. Be clear on the intentions that you are setting. You hold the power. King of Pentacles in the reverse. This is either you at the most negative energy you can flow, or someone close to you whose energy is affecting you and your circumstances. Pure earth energy in the masculine, but reversed. So look at your finances and your other wealth. How well are you managing your resources? Not just your money, but your time and your energy. Don't take unnecessary risks. Work steadily, not too hard. Don't put earning money ahead of family or love. You need the balance. Are you being stubborn or stuck in a rut that you refuse to move out of? There's no one right way to achieve wealth in all forms or do anything that requires steady effort. Be open to new ways of doing things and manage all your resources well. Knight of Swords in the reverse. This is Mercury retrograde energy and a card for me. I think this retrograde and perhaps the next one is going to give you some energy that you have to work through. Either that or the shadow has already been particularly intense for you. You're restless, you're unfocused, you're impulsive. I'm sensing even perhaps burnout. Is your timing right? Is the rut that the King of Pentacles suggests that you're stuck in imposed by outside circumstances that make you want to kick the stable door down and bolt? Whoa, Nelly. First, make a plan. Your thoughts may be a little unfocused and scattered. Journaling might help. Making a plan on paper will definitely focus it. As it is, you're in danger of going round and round in ever decreasing circles, being busy, never getting anywhere and wearing yourself out. Breathe. Let it go. What do they say? Don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. The Emperor. Wow. You're really flowing this masculine energy. A man in authority or a man with an air of authority. He represents establishment, structure. He's a statesman, a father figure. Is this what you need to be or what you want to attract? Is the archetypal father? This could be your dad or whoever gave you that masculine divine energy role model in your life. It represents being the man of the house. I'm not gender specific. I mean being the breadwinner, digging deep to make a living and create the circumstances that you want, you lack, to manifest. Security, stability, end to worry. Also steady hard work. The Emperor is all of the kings as well as being related to the fours. It's just all about firm foundations towards future growth. And you see all these cold cards together. This means something. I think you're being conflicted by the responsibilities of building this secure foundation that you want and the steady hard work that it's going to take, and you want to find shortcuts and get rich quick schemes. If you do, it's going to backfire on you. The other meaning I'm seeing here is building this solid foundation is taking away from the creative things that you actually want to do. You feel as if you can't build the security and do creativity. You can. It isn't either or. It's just going to take a little bit of planning, patience, and require you to be focused. Eight of Pentacles, yeah. Focused. Repetitive tasks, mastery, skill development, hard work that requires you to be in a mental and physical space that doesn't allow for distractions. If you're going to achieve what you've set out to manifest in the next year, then you're going to have to get focused. I also see flow here. This is the card of the writer or the artist lost in the flow state with their intention and focus set only on the task at hand. It's also a manifesting tip. Distractions are like side quests in a game, fun to do, can bring some happy rewards, but not moving you forward. Are you a writer or an artist or craftsperson? Is that what you really want to do and you're not able to? If so, just do it. How to be a writer? Write. How to be an artist? Create art. It doesn't matter how good or bad you think it is. The only way to be these things is to do it. And then do it some more. And then do it some more. Eventually you'll hone those abilities. And if you think you're not good enough, do yourself a favour and go and look up Artist's Curse on imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome. Then go and make some art. Got it? Go and make some art. Or write something. Good. Ten of Cups. Wow. This is such a happy card. You see, when you do what you really want to do, then you get a happy and balanced family life as well. When you're contentedly chipping away at the mundane side of your life and getting the creative outlet you lead, then you feel happy. And that happy, heart-focused creativity allows all of your manifestations to flow. Divine love, blissful relationships, harmony, alignment. On a mundane level, this could simply mean that you get your uninterrupted flow time to be creative. Then you can come back into your family life happier and more able to be present with them. Strategy, planning, patience. But what a payout for getting your ducks in a row. Follow your heart and trust your intuition to lead you to the opportunities aligned with your highest good. Knight of Pentacles. Steady progress towards a goal. Instead of your energies being scattered and you doing the reverse Knight of Swords, kicking over the traces and bolting off to God knows where, you accept that you have to plan to split your time between creativity and mundanity. Fetch the water, chop the wood, do the chores, and then go play. That's what creates your heaven of earth or the Ten of Cups in the next year. And that's setting your foundations for the next decade. Plan, strategy, patience, steady progress. High Priestess. Intuitively, you know the right way to go about manifesting whatever creative project you want to have the time and space to get stuck into. This is also, if you look at it, it's the first time we've had a feminine energy since the Patience Oracle card. Balancing all of this energy, this masculine energy out a little. Or even a lot, because she's major arcana. The feminine energy could be being very patient in the background or on the sidelines while your masculine energy is off creating your magnum opus, your masterpiece. But that's only going to resonate for a few of you. If the creative is you, then your idea, your creation could be divinely guided or even channeled or downloaded from the universe. It's also a sign that your best way forward is to balance and integrate your feminine side with your masculine side, and that's the key to all of these Rider-Waite's here, I think. Balance the creative side with the breadwinner who needs security. Have a plan that allows you to do both. You need the creative outlet so that you can be happy, create your Ten of Cups, but your earth fire masculine entrepreneur side also wants to make the money. You can do both. You can achieve the security if you plan, strategize, are patient, make steady progress, give yourself the uninterrupted space and time to flow and use your creativity. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, now we've got a broader picture for the year ahead with the good tarot cards. Look, will you look at this? You've got the Ten of Cups again, second time, Ten of Water in this deck. I couldn't make this up. Can it be any clearer? To get what you are trying to manifest in the next year, you really have to tap into that creative side of you and stop trying to channel all this masculine breadwinner energy without that balancing influence. That is the energy that you can flow over the next year that's for your highest good. In this deck with the Ten of Cups, Ten of Water, there's also a subtle emphasis on the energy of gratitude flowing out for the good things flowing back in here. So if you've been mainly flowing the energy of frustration from your Knight of Swords up here as a result of feeling stuck in a rut, this card is also saying that's got to change. Yes, good things can happen. You can get your Ten of Cups, but you have to change the point of view that you're manifesting from. You have to stop being frustrated and yapping at everyone and allow yourself into this flow of gratitude for the creative energies around you. Three of Earth. Creativity and collaborations with others, which really will require you to be patient and not hair off after your squirrels. It might be that your best ideas flow when you start to work with other people rather than fighting them for the space you need to flow. It might not be a creative collaboration. It might just be a willingness to split the mundane tasks with someone so that you both have the free time to do what makes you thrive. The strategy, the plan, the patience is your strong foundation for happiness, alongside that creativity that lets you have it lets you have the financial stability, the entrepreneurial access, and your creative flow. Wow. Fortune's Wheel. Ten of Cups twice, and the Wheel of Fortune. Well, your luck's on the up, for sure, for the next year. Signs, synchronicities, small miracles, maybe even some big miracles. When you're in the flow and happy, everything tick-tocks into place, so that as you flow fun, happy, playful, creative energies, the universe says, oh, so you like that, do you? Here, have some more. And it all just keeps spiraling up. Your frustration and anger only makes it spiral down as the universe says yes to that and gives you more. So your best outcome is co-create with the universe and the people around you. Your willingness to make a plan and be creative and flexible and see the whole year as win-win will work. You don't have to fight. You don't have to fight to get the space you need. The Fool. This is new beginnings energy, and it's the only hint of that we've seen in the reading so far. This is suggesting to me that your plan, this strategy, needs to be both practical and spiritual because of the nuances of the meaning of this card in this deck. You may be action oriented and like to be doing something, but that isn't the whole process. You have to. Are you a pantser writer who never gets anything finished? I'm seeing that message quite clearly here, and it may not be for all of you, but somebody needs to hear this. Doing an outline and having your main plot points, like your keyframes in a video edit. Sorry, I've been learning how to edit, and that's colouring my metaphors here, but you get what I mean. Having the basic plot outline won't stop your creative flow, and will actually help you get your beginning muddle and end sorted out. Someone here is about to NaNoWriMo and is facing it with the basic knowledge that they can write good prose, but that it never works out that they have a finished story that they can sell. You're doing the same thing and expecting a different result. No wonder it's frustrating. I know that writing your outlines and character sheets and all the rest of it are boring and not real writing, but suck it up, buttercup. That's the writer's chore list, the clearing of the ground so that you can have a deep bed of earth to grow your world and your story and your film or whatever. Do the chores, then your creativity can come out to play. Generally, that's when your enthusiasm for life's going to come back, and you're going to be able to step forward cheerfully whistling without a care in the world, which is the energy of the card. Okay, last but definitely not least, we'll do your Osho Zen cards. Letting go, that's the It's the 8 of water, so it's the 8 of cups. I think that's also linking back to the 8 of pentacles. And the whole reading, in fact. There isn't one right way of doing what you're trying to do. My warning about not writing as a pantser might have kicked up some resistance in you. No, that's the only way I can write. Or I must have total silence so I can concentrate, and my circumstances are preventing that. Or I don't have the time, or I don't have the space. Let it go. Let it all go. Come up with a spiritual plan to intend for these things to change, or work with them in a practical plan so that everyone in your universe can happily flow together. Have patience with this process. Let go of there being only one right answer or one acceptable outcome. Your needs are no more important than the other people in your life's needs. Their needs are not more important than yours. By letting go of your fixed and rigid insistence that there's only one right way for it all to turn out, you open yourself up for the synchronicities and the miracles of the Wheel of Fortune to help you create your 10 of Cups, your twice emphasized 10 of Cups. Sorry, preaching. Last card, going with the flow. Is it really clear yet? Go with the flow. Abraham Hicks. She paints a really juicy word picture of someone laying down the oars and letting the current flow them downstream. Nothing you want is upstream. It all flows to you when you flow with the energies of gratitude and love. This is the Ace of Cups in traditional tarot. So here we have the second indication of a new energy cycle. You can do this. You can plan and yet still flow. You can strategize and still allow things to be as they are. Manifesting isn't wishing things were different. No, that just sticks you in your current energy of lacking the things you're trying to manifest. Manifestation isn't frustration and anger and exploding out because it's not happening yet. Relax. Let it go. Let go of the outcome and let it flow. Dr. Joe Dispenza. He says the best way to predict the future is to create it. This reading is suggesting that you create your future in the flow of your creativity, not just in the next year, but as a permanent intention. Balance the spiritual and the creative with the physical and the mundane. You are here to live, love, and exist in both the physical and the spiritual worlds. This existence consists of both. Do the chores and flow the creativity. Do the hard work that allows you to be the creative energy. Put your foundations in. And then go with the flow. I think that's it. Yes. So, that's all I have for you, my Tiger's Eye, my Group 1. Let me know in the comments below if this resonated for you. Give the video a big old thumbs up if you want to see more readings like this one. And if you want to know when I put more content out, then subscribe and ring the notification bell. Okay, bye now. Hello, Group 2 that chose the Moldavite. You still really can't see it. It looks black against the blue card here. It's a very high energy stone that transmutes spiritual energy. Dramatic changes in your life for the better is their divinatory meaning. But there you can't see it. Can't see it at all, right? Yeah. Oracle cards. So we have the Sun. It's a lovely card. Actually, I'm just going to stick your Moldavite on the Sun card. It's a good place for it to sit because it's a lovely positive card. And we have Community, 7. The Sun is 1. First card in the Oracle deck. Get those out of the way. Okay, so the Sun. It's the energy of new beginnings, creativity. It can mean a physical birth, but that's only going to be for a few of you. It's not going to resonate with all of you. Generally, it's the birth of a creative idea or project, working on a big art piece, or writing a book, or poetry, or song, choreographing a dance, even, oh, I don't know, creating new recipes to cook. This card says that the best energy to flow is love. It's creative feminine energy balanced with masculine solar energy. You've got the sun shining down on this huge fountain, both masculine and feminine here. The masculine empowers and the feminine creates, and all gender expressions for both of these energies. It's also a card of manifestation. Be clear in what you intend to manifest and hold that vision, and it'll happen pretty quickly. But then you pick the Moldavite, so you're pretty in tune with fast creative energies. So community, a 7. It always reminds me of the 3 of Cups from the traditional tarot. The meaning of this card is deeper though. It's shared intentions, perhaps finding your soul tribe, a connection with a group of people who share common ideals, ideas, and a sense of purpose. Forward motion, co-creating as a team, especially when you pair it with the sun. Putting on a play or a show, working with people to produce YouTube videos, collaborating with or as an artist to create a tarot deck. These are the sorts of creative projects I can see. Yeah, on the mundane level, it could just be the 3 of Cups, meaning the simple celebration of a happy life event, but I think it runs deeper than that. It could also indicate a business venture. A business venture where there are 3 or more people involved. The base you're working from next year then is community and security and a sense of belonging and purpose. It's not a bad foundation. And you've got the 5 of Swords reversed, and that's a good reversal. It means that you're mending bridges that you'd burned, reconciling, healing past resentments, either healing them or letting them go completely. It might also be the energy of agreeing to disagree, or working out the old eternal truth that you'd rather be happy than proven right. I'd always rather be right than happy than right. From a fundamental point of view, the card teaches us how to react to the judgments and criticisms of others. We don't accept them and agree with them just because we can't. We don't reject them either, because that's still giving them the power over us. You observe them and let them pass straight through. Other people's opinions don't affect us unless we let them affect us. It's one of the reasons why collective wars and protests against things only strengthen them. It's resistance. Mother Teresa wouldn't join the anti-war protests. It's that. I think you might be getting the energy of these truths this year. 7 of Cups, choices, decision. It can be wishful thinking or not seeing things clearly, or illusions, but I don't think so. I think this is the energy leading up to a big aha for you. There are new opportunities around you that are going to bring you growth. Thing is, you'll get nowhere if you don't choose and put some effort into making it happen. You know, that's the mundane meaning. I'm also, okay, I'm getting a message. Take it or leave it. Okay, if it doesn't resonate, this might be not your reading. There's this huge hype about passive income. But the thing is, most things that don't require any huge initial investment of cold hard cash, they do require an initial investment of time and energy and effort to set up, and then become passive later. Look, take the idea of selling your artwork on products. You create the art, and that requires time and effort. That's not passive. You put it on a product to sell it. That's not passive. Now, every time you make a sale, it isn't taking you any more time than you already put in. That bit is passive. Every overnight success that you hear about working from a laptop on the beach, put in the effort to get there. So don't spread yourself too thin. Pick a side hustle, get yourself organised, and then plug away at it. Or pick a main career, or pick your creative outlet. It doesn't matter. Pick. This might be spiritual as well. In fact, for most of you, I'm pretty convinced it is, that you've been all over the place with a spiritual practice and not disciplining yourself to one particular path or practice. I'm going to suggest to go back to basics there. Meditate every day, journal, practice, find a yoga class. Other people are a good idea in the energy you're in and are flowing. It's called practice because we're never perfect. I don't care if you don't have time, just pick a spiritual practice and get on with the process. If not this lifetime, then around again and another one. Six of Wands, victory, a success. It isn't ultimate success yet, but it is a reward for effort that you've put in. The caveat with this is always don't rest on your laurels. Take the accolade, you've earned it and you deserve it. But when the parade is over, get right back on with your work and don't lose sight of the overall goal. Your confidence is increasing as you hone your skills and narrow your focus and keep going with the spiritual practice. With your community card, recognition of others is going to support you, and that's part of the pleasure of co-creating in a team. You do get the recognition when you put in the hard work and you've hit the target. You have the support, you have the team, you have a clear path ahead. Eight of Swords in the reverse. You really are your own worst enemy. The only thing that could possibly hold you back with all this good energy is that inner critic of yours, or your beliefs, or your habits, or your patterns of thinking and behaving. You are the one that keeps telling you that it's all too good to be true and you don't deserve the recognition, or that the other shoe's going to drop. Self-limiting beliefs. And if you let that nasty little inner voice take over, guess what you're going to manifest? Yep, exactly what the nasty little voice is telling you. So be mindful of your self-talk and self-criticism. Don't let that negative self-talk take over and manifest from that default, because that's not what you're intending at all. Don't concentrate on worst case scenarios either. You really are worrying too much. What's the best that could happen? That's what Cynthia Sue Larson says. She always asks, how good can it get? It's a lovely open question to put out to the universe. How good can it get? You have the power right now to shed these beliefs. It'll take effort, but if you choose to do it, then you'll move forward far more happily. Nine of Wands in the reverse. It backs up what I'm saying. You know you have the support of your team, the people around you. So why would you ever feel alone? Are you unable to accept the support and the love and the caring energy of others? Is that the limiting belief that you need to drop, or at least one of them? When the going gets tough, the toughest, ask for help, community, see? Or is it that the success of the Six of Wands here feels hollow because you know you've got a long way to go yet? You are not defeated. You have the ability. You have the skills and the knowledge. You got this. You just need a swift kick in the backside to get you moving again. And if you don't apply it, you know the universe probably will. And there it is. Your kick in the pants. The Tower. It's a transformation though. It might be a spiritual awakening. And in fact, I think this year, with your soul tribe called in and some really good work on yourself, it will be a step towards a level up. You'll definitely be seeing things differently. Moldavite. Fast, powerful cleansing. You chose this path too. I think you know that this is ahead. And that maybe you've been hesitating because you don't want to face it. Well, you know you have to face it. It isn't a bolt from a blue. You've seen this coming. And don't start telling yourself off or second guessing it. I think you knew when you picked Moldavite that the reading was going to be powerful and you weren't going to be hearing about meeting a tall, dark, handsome stranger. Well, you got it. If it isn't resonating and you aren't pretty certain where this fits in for you, then it isn't your reading. Right. The Tower. Sudden clarity and insight in spiritual matters, and I think that's the aspect this relates to. You have everything else under control, as I was saying before, that I thought the energy I was seeing was leading up to an aha moment, and this seems to confirm that quite neatly. The only way to get through a transformation this intense is to surrender to it, go with it, allow it to take you. Waking up can be frightening, terrifying, liberating, freeing. If you're going through it, then you need to reach out to others. There are a lot of us around, trust me on that. And on the other side of that, we have The King of Cups. I'm not surprised. The wounded healer, flowing the healing water energy. The promise that you could balance the masculine sun with the feminine creative that I saw in the oracle card at the start of the reading. That promise is fulfilled. It's a lovely, lovely outcome to that. You deserve it. You've earned it. This is you at your very best, compassionate, caring, balanced, and a true diplomatic leader, a statesman. And you could be either gender. That's just the energy I'm feeling from this. You could be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or meeting someone that is, or that is that energy, but that's putting this back on the mundane level, and I think this is a lot more spiritual than that. You are now the kind of person we need to take on leadership roles, and you may be called to do just that in the next year. You don't want to, but honestly, I think the wanting a leadership role should automatically mean that it isn't offered. Please consider it, and for the sake of the planet. Three of Wands. It's the pause to look back in the hero's journey. You can see how far you've come, but this is the end of the familiar. It's time to head out and away from what you've known. You take the next steps on your spiritual journey. I don't think you're afraid though, or sad, or really nostalgic at all for what's behind you. You've been cleansed, your limiting beliefs have fallen away, and you can see more clearly than you ever have before. You've also got support, community, companions, co-creators. You'll be in a far better place emotionally, spiritually, creatively by the end of next year. It's time to expand your horizons in all areas. Think bigger. You'll have everything you need to move forward, and you're pretty clear about what you'll encounter. You are a very wise, compassionate, gentle, healing soul. I think one of the biggest lessons you'll learn this year is about self-love and self-care. Love your neighbour as yourself requires loving yourself as much as you do your neighbour. Balance it. The masculine and the feminine energies, balance it. And move forward confidently. Okay, we're going to the good tarot now. Three of Fire. Again with the Three of Wands. Underlining the message of moving forward. Lots of opportunities around you. And you really can. You can see clearly which is the right choice, the right path, and what will give you the greatest satisfaction to follow through with. You've lots of opportunities for self-development and growth in the next year, and you'll have the calm confidence to take them and work with them. Six of Water. I was wrong. There is a little nostalgia here. Remember that your memory of anything isn't accurate. We change memories every time we take them out and look at them again. Yes, it's fun to remember, and our experiences have shaped us in a great deal of ways. What do they say? We're all a product of our environment. No. You've come through it all. You're in a much better place. It's time to let go and move on. The past is a lovely place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. Old wounds can be healed, old loves can be let go of, old dreams can change and grow. Two of Water. There is love too, if you want it. Love that's built on a soul connection, and it might be a soulmate coming in with your community and your soul family that have come in for you. At the very least, it's a deep connection with someone, a new best friend, a great co-collaborator on a project, someone you've teamed up with in your spiritual practice, yoga, just someone. It's a really beautiful connection. Is it a lover? I don't know. That's the honest truth. Soulmates don't have to be lovers. It could even be a new family member. The inkling I had that there might be a physical birth. If that's the case, then it's a very special one. But again, that's only for a very, very few of you. Five of Earth. There's a warning not to focus on what you lack when it comes to manifesting. That might be one of the self-limiting beliefs that you had that were holding you back, or maybe you had the fixed idea that you don't want love at the moment and so are not noticing that it is there. The help is there, the support you need is all around you. There is also the idea that all wealth has to be material wealth, that it's no use to you unless you can cash it and draw on it. There's other wealth than money, and money is often a byproduct of letting what you love to do flow. Emotional security, creative ability, caring support, that's equally as important. Don't get hung up on material wealth and let opportunities for emotional and spiritual growth pass you by. This is the negative card, not the Tower. It's a clear warning note in an otherwise positive reading. Euro shows in. This group got 3, if I remember right. Yeah. The rebel. This is you. The rebel. This is someone who's so in touch with themselves, with reality, that other people find them uncomfortable. This is why you needed your soul tribe. Only in the company of rebels will a rebel fit in. This card represents someone who knows themselves. This path is familiar to you. You know what and who you are. It's not teenage rebellion. This is being more than the average with a greater purpose. You are lighting the way for others now, and you have chosen to do so. Oh my God. Breakthrough. Well, it's nice to have the cards confirm my interpretation. It is a powerful step along your spiritual awakening that you're already aware is happening. Really, I feel you should be reading my cards. Why are you watching a YouTube pick a card from a channel with 2 subscribers anyway? You're well beyond the need for confirmation, really. You know what you have to do, and you've chosen to do it. You may have hesitated. It isn't comfortable for the caterpillar to go into the cocoon either, but you also know that when things look the most chaotic, just at that point, that's when you break through and become more than you were. You're going into this by choice, with your eyes open as the next step on your journey, just as true as you chose the Moldavite, knowing what the crystal is. Participation, the 4 of Wands in the traditional tarot. This is the foundation that you are laying for future growth and more spiritual work. The path you're on is not an easy one, but it is firm. You will have all you need to go forward, and you know it. The warning that comes with this card in this deck goes back to this card, the community card. It echoes all of that and tells you to join in. Don't just observe, that's just philosophy. Participate, join in, be a part of your soul tribe. Many hands make the chores go faster and leaves more time for meditation, manifestation and creation. You can trust your team. Your team, they are rebels too. Your loved ones, your family, your soulmates, they are all there to help, to support. Ask for that help. You don't have to sit aloof and solo. We're all equals when it comes to fetching water and carrying wood. And you know the old saying is that we do that both before and after enlightenment. Oh dear God, thank you for letting me read for you. It's been a very powerful and interesting energy to tap into. Please let me know in the comments if anything I said here resonated for you, or give it a thumbs up so that I know you liked it, or leave me a comment if you need anything from me, anything at all. And if you want to see more content from me, then subscribe and hit the notification bell. That all seems incredibly mundane to say after a reading like that. Thank you for watching, and maybe I'll see you again sometime. I'm just making a mental note not to use Moldavite as a group crystal very often. Wow. Bye. Phew. So, hello group 3. I'm hoping you're going to be nice and gentle. Right, Amethyst. It's a meditative stone that opens you to insights and guidance, lets you get in tune with your intuition. In divination it says you don't need to indulge to feel good. Okay, so your oracle cards. The overall theme for the next year. Adjacent possibilities. That's number 24 in the deck. And action, which is number 17. Adjacent possibilities. Look at what you're doing and how you're doing it. Are you stuck in a rut? Are you missing opportunities that you can't see because you aren't being open to the possibilities? You're not hesitating or being spoiled for choice here. It's not 7 of Cups. I feel there are different ways of doing what you want to do or manifesting what you want to achieve that you're not seeing because you're not looking. I don't think you know that you have options, and you do. Be open to them. Look, there are doors all the way along the corridor, but you're heading straight down. yeah, be open to the possibilities. Action. This card's got the same, it's the same symbolism, or similar to the Chariot in the traditional deck, but the loss of control implied in that, that's not there. This is telling me that once you've picked your direction, you'll be able to make forward progress. But going back to that first card, the straight line you were on isn't your best way forward. Take your blinkers, your blinders off, choose your path, then run with it. Take action and trust your intuition. You'll know when you've picked the right door here, because that's when you'll stretch out your stride and gallop. It might be in partnership with someone, but the two horses here represent both sides of you in balance, yin and yang, masculine and feminine, spiritual and physical. Like, set the intention, journal and all the rest of it, and take the inspired action, because there is the sheer joy of momentum, running free, confident, into some really positive energy. Okay, let's get into your tarot cards. Ace of Cups. No, lovely. It's a beautiful new beginning. It might be in love, it might be a creative project, it might be a creative idea. Your intuition's going to be working well for you if you listen to it and take action. It's generosity of spirit. It's flowing unconditional love both from and to you. It's always a lovely time, Ace of Cups time. For a few of you it might mean conception or birth. For some it's the very first flutters of romance. For most it's going to be a creative idea, something that you can take action on, something that you can pour all that wonderful, compassionate, loving energy into, something that shows you which one of these doors is the right one to pick. Some of you it can be a new friendship. Yeah, I'm going to dig deeper, but that's really lovely energy. Oh, look at that, how wonderful. I don't care what else we see here, next year is going to be a magic year for you. Really lovely energy. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck. You just can't dim it, and it's major arcana, so it's setting the tone for the whole reading here and the whole year ahead. You are going to have fun. You're manifesting from really beautiful positive energy, and that flows out from you. You feel great, you look great, you're flowing that beautiful feminine energy, and you're playing and having fun. How does it get better than that? I'll tell you how. You're standing in your own power. You're radiating your own light, and it flows back to you. Six of Cups reversed. This might be where you're missing the open doorways to either side of you. It's like that magic mirror in Harry Potter. Don't dwell in the past and forget to live in the present. It's not a huge thing. It's just a nudge not to get caught up in past things or past loves. Unless it's an ex that's got your heart all aflutter with this Ace of Cups here. You can trust your intuition there though, because it's serving you well. You might be making peace with your past and moving on with it, taking the new and different path that puts you in this positive energy as a result of letting the past go. It's all good though. I mean, the past is painted in shades of rose gold and a nostalgic glow with the sun. Nice to reminisce over, but you live in the present moment, especially when you're having this much fun. Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy here, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Nurturing, beautiful, practical, feminine energy. Why am I seeing the old book cover, Down with Superwoman? You can juggle work, home, fun, love. You can juggle them all easily. You've got this, you're loving it. It's also material wealth, stability, security. Not the stay-at-home mum depending on a partner for money, no. Financially at ease, secure, stable. If that isn't you, then it's someone close to you. Someone who can help you achieve that, a mother figure, a mentor, a teacher. I always feel that this queen is the closest in nature to the Empress. You may be asking to embody this energy, to manifest it in, and you can, easily. Eight of Wands reverse. Slow down a bit. This is Mercury retrograde, I think, or taking action before you've looked at all the opportunities for different paths to take and found your direction. You don't want to gallop off too soon. You might also be feeling a bit resistant to the changes that happen as a result of the different direction you've been called to take. Not huge. It's not huge. The whole reading is tempered by this Ace of Cups and Sun energy. We're not even talking speed bumps here. You might be so happy that you've got some squirrel energy going on and you can't focus enough to take care of the mundane stuff. Look, even when you're off on the trip of a lifetime, you've got to focus enough to pack the right stuff in your bags. Focus, do the mundane stuff, and have fun. I can hear the old Simon and Garfunkel song here. Slow down, you move too fast. You know the one, Feeling Groovy. Go listen to that one. Oh God, I feel old. Just don't look at when that came out, okay? Four of Cups. Oh, that's it. This one's linking with the Six of Cups. You've been shutting yourself off from the opportunities. You've been slamming all of these doors closed down that corridor because you were hurt in the past. You've got to let it go. Look at what you'll miss out on if you stay in that energy. You're working on manifesting everything you want, but you're not letting it in because past you is still in the driving seat and you still have all the barriers up to it. If you want the happy, fun, flowing Ace of Cups, Sun, Queen of Pentacles, you've got to let it in. It's linking to this Ace of Wands as well, resisting these changes even though these changes are so positive. The Fool. Are you scared to set out on this path again? The Fool isn't. And the Fool isn't foolish or fooling around. They are happy-go-lucky and about to step into Magician energy. It's the moment before the intention is set, when all the options are open and nothing is set in stone. It's unlimited potential. You take this energy plus the Ace of Cups energy with the Sun, and this new beginning is fate. It's manifested. You asked for it. You've got it. Don't hold back. You can see the path you should take. Dropping the past, allowing change, allowing the opportunities that you have open to you. Off you go. You're riding off to the sunrise. It's not the sunset. You're riding off into the sunrise. Sunrise. Queen of Cups reversed. And stop looking after everybody else and forgetting about yourself. Come on. You deserve this fun, these happy times. You can't live your life always worried about everyone else and not looking after yourself. Good grief. If you're too busy looking after other people and taking on their pain and their problems, how are you going to hear your intuition? How is your inner child going to make themselves heard over all that chaos from other people? No, you are not out of control either. It is okay to be happy, even after you've been through grief and sorrow. You are allowed to live. It's okay to live your best life. You do deserve to be happy. Listen to Granny B. Your good tarot cards. King of Fire. In this deck, that's the energy of a spiritual leader, someone who leads by example. It could be a fire sign man, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and it could be the energy you're flowing. There's also a warning not to get so caught up in a vision that you can't see any other way of doing things, and that seems to be a recurring theme here. Don't forget to be open to see other possibilities. There's no one true way. Any of these doors will lead to good things. You can't get it wrong because you never get it done, as Abraham Hicks says. Be confident. You do have a great deal to offer and you can lead and teach, but also stay open to learning and growing. Justice. In this deck, she represents karma. Karmic debts repaid, I think, here, going back to the Six of Cups. If that's the case, and it might well be for a few of you, then, oh boy, No wonder there's so much positive energy around. I told you that you deserve this, didn't I? Well, you do. That's a karmic debt being repaid to you in the next year. Balance being restored, cause and effect. If you let go of the past, it will pay up in full with compound interest. It could also be a positive outcome to a legal matter or an inheritance. 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles. Either way, you're going to have money for sure. Wealth and security, very firm foundations. This is where the Queen of Pentacles rules. It's her domain. You are manifesting all of this by dealing with your fears and letting go of the past, looking at things differently. This is where you get to over the next year. It is a card of inherited wealth, so that might confirm that message from the Justice card. I think it's your efforts. You get the MBE. We all say that accolade stands for my bloody efforts. Not member of the British Empire. Inside a British joke. Not funny. Ignore me. You've built this through your own work. You've manifested it through inspired action, having set the intention. The Hanged Man. A perspective change. That's all it takes. Looking at things from a different angle. Change your point of view to change what you manifest. Let go of any attachment to how the outcome should look, how it ought to turn up, and allow for all the infinite ways that the universe, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, is going to deliver it to you. See, if you're trying to manifest the money, it might not work. But if you're trying to manifest the energy of the Ace of Cups and the Sun and the 10 of Pentacles, and you don't care how that shows up, then there really are infinite ways that the universe can deliver it to you. It doesn't have to be your numbers coming up. It could be. But there are so many ways in which all this wealth and prosperity and happy fun times can show up for you. Infinite possibilities. And you're at the cusp of them. Right. Your Osho Zen cards, just to see. And you got 3. Transformation. So positive here. You're changing. You're shedding your old skin. You're coming through the cocoon, breaking the old chains that bound you. The old limitations. Where are we? Your old limitations that you imposed on yourself. The old ways of seeing things and doing things, and your old hurt and pain. It's a moment of insight, of clarity, and it is transformative. The Master talks here, he says, about the 84,000 doors opening. And that really does link in with that card. It's only by changing your own perspective that you'll see this change, this transformation. It might be uncomfortable to let that old pain go, to stop living in a certain way so as to avoid being hurt again. But learning from it, letting it go and moving on is the transformation that makes everything change. Flowering. You know I'm right. I can still feel you resisting, but look at what this card is. It's the Queen of Pentacles again, the Queen of Rainbows in this deck. This is what you would like to embody. This is what you want to be, and this is where you belong. This is the self that you will transform into. Abundance, mastery, having so much spiritually, physically, emotionally, and mentally that you can let it spill out and benefit everyone. The transformation is so worth it. You are worth it. Lastly, we have slowing down. The Knight of Pentacles, rainbows here. A reminder not to stint on whatever spiritual practice you choose to do first. Accepting things as they are is the best energy to approach all of this from. The key message that the key message is that you need to be yourself. Wholly, completely yourself, your essence, your truth. This above all, to thine own self be true. Shakespeare, I think that's from Hamlet. Stay grounded, stay centered. I think that's all I have for you, Group 3. Comment below if it resonated for you. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. And if you want to see more pick a card readings like this from me, then subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you get notified when I upload another reading. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.